Hello possums, and welcome to a speed build that I'm doing of an Australian style of house called a Queenslander. It took a while trying to figure out which world I wanted to build this in, but I figured it would look best in Brindleton Bay. And I did end up using quite a few packs, so I apologise for that. But I had a lot of packs that were new and I really wanted to play with them, and I figured that the ranch one would lend itself a lot to the Queenslander house. So I think this is a 30 by 20. I think that's all that's available in Brindleton Bay. But as you can see, we're going down. Now, the thing about the Queenslander is I think the closest American version would be like a ranch. It has a veranda or a porch all the way around it. It was specifically designed that way to help with the Australian heat. And at the moment, I'm just figuring out the floor plan and where I'm going, how everything's going to look. Australian houses are actually kind of boring when it comes to their full design. They're either squares or rectangles, and everything's just crammed inside of that. So that is unfortunately what this ends up looking like. At least the veranda gives it some sort of interesting shape. But in this speed build, I am all over the place. I start with the outside, I go into the inside, I end up furnishing before I do the flooring or anything like that. A few times you'll see my mouse pause very briefly, but I'm looking at pictures of Queenslanders, because the part of the country I'm from, I don't see the Queenslander. So I was looking at pictures of it to see what the roof looked like, because I know what the roof of, I guess you could say, a suburban house looks like, but I wasn't sure if it was any different for a Queenslander. And I was trying to find a decent foundation for it, because a lot of them are on stilts with some very fancy trimmings, I guess you could call them, along the bottom. But unfortunately, The Sims doesn't have anything like that, and I didn't want to use custom content to achieve that look. So at the moment, I'm really just placing furniture to see if it'll fit, how it'll look. And then I decided to just fully start furnishing. I did build and furnish without move objects, because that way there I know it's playable. So it's a 4-bedroom, 3 for the kids, and 1 for the master, or the parents, or parent, or guardian, however you want to play with it. And I tried to give them almost neutral colour schemes. Except for one room, because I desperately wanted a pink bedroom, so I put in a pink bedroom. And honestly, a lot of the furniture from the ranch one, it just reminded me a lot of my childhood. So I was really happy with that. And, I mean, it's an Australian house, so there's got to be a barbie outside. As soon as winter is over, the barbecues are firing up, which I suppose is a good thing. We don't have much of a winter down here. I made one room blue, one room yellow, and then I had the pink bedroom. Here that was meant to be a bathroom, but I was like, that's way too big to be a bathroom, so then I just changed it. Shower tub combos, they're not unheard of in Australia, but they're old. I've noticed that houses that were built in the 70s and the really early 80s had shower tub combos, but anything in the mid to late 80s and onwards, it's been separate baths and showers. So using a shower tub combo just really didn't make much sense to me, but I know it's for convenience, so I threw one into the ensuite of the master bedroom. I should point out that I am a bit colorblind, so I do spend a lot of time trying to see if colors match and stuff like that, because a lot of blues look quite grey to me. Some greens look red, some reds look brown. So I really did just want to try and make sure that I got the colours correct. I also wanted to make sure there was a fair amount of outdoor seating, because when it comes to barbecues, we like to have big parties, basically. So I wanted to make sure there was a fair amount of outdoor seating, and the landscaping was a little bit difficult. I ended up using quite a few pieces from Jungle Adventure. This topiary stuff is quite popular in Australia and, well, probably the world, but I've noticed it a lot in Australia. And since it's a Queenslander, I decided to lean more towards the rainforesty type landscaping. But because we are a Commonwealth of England, roses are really popular down here. So I thought I would throw them in as well. I was kind of hoping that there'd be more varieties of it, but I went with white to simulate the iceberg rose, and the red because, well, who doesn't love a red rose? And here I decided to go more towards the rainforest aspect of Queensland, since the northern half of it is very rainforest heavy. Yeah, I was, again, a bit all over the place. I probably should have done the landscaping at the end, but I decided to do it here. I don't know what flower that is, but it looked rainforesty, so to speak. So I used that, and then I was going through trying to figure out which flower I want to use, so I decided to go with the purple ones to simulate our native violet, which is a ground cover. And I think it turned out quite nice. Actually, really nice, because it doesn't seem to get much direct sunlight, so the native violet, so to speak, would be fine, since it prefers dappled shade or morning sunlight. Sorry. This is also my first time using laundry in a pack. I was following a bit of a floor plan for this, and I mean, in Australia the laundry is more often than not separate to everything else. We're starting to go towards I think it's the European style, where the laundry can be in the kitchen, but I'm old school, so laundry has a separate room for me. And finding windows that simulated an Australian window was also interesting, because we have screens over our windows that don't just open up to nothing. Not that many of the Sims 4 windows actually open. But I decided to go with carpet in the bedrooms and the living room or theatre room, because that's normal in Australia, that the bedrooms will have carpet, while the main walkway or thoroughfare is either linoleum or hardwood floors. But the bedrooms are carpet. I think it's to help with the warmth and the coolness of the rooms. That, and it's probably just really nice to step onto something soft in the mornings. So, as I said, with the bedrooms, I tried to keep it gender neutral, so anybody could sleep in any room. I mean, you could even have a little boy sleep in the pink room. Maybe he really loves horses and the colour pink. That's children for you. And since it was in Brindleton Bay, I decided that they had to be pet bowls. I did not put any pet toys in. I didn't put in a litter box either. I think I kind of forgot about that. I almost completely forgot about putting in trash as well. and I decided to throw in a thermostat as well. There were a lot of packs that I used in this, and for some reason I can't quite remember what I used from the werewolves pack, but I think it was the paintings that I used in 2 rooms. I did use move objects for the landscaping because you have to. I wasn't going to look too sparse, and gardens, unless designed that way, typically don't look very sparse. I also went with trees that I thought could simulate Australian trees. We've got a lot of pine here, but unfortunately there were no gum trees available. I really loved that about The Sims 3. It was that they had a eucalyptus tree. I use that thing all the time. But yeah, so I'm wrapping up here. The landscaping was not done on the right hand side looking at the house. That is mostly because I forgot. I don't know why. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.